quorum. Deanie is here. Oh,
Yeah.
Kathy is here. Donna is absent. Sorry, I'm in the wrong chair. Approve the last minutes of the last month's meeting minutes. All right, they were short. The council meeting of Town of Bradley was called to order on July 15th because we didn't have an August meeting. Present was Donna Thornburg and Kathy Fitzpatrick. Dean Beverly was absent. The minutes of the last meeting of June 14th were read and approved. The bills were approved and paid, and the meeting was adjourned. Okay. Discuss and approve paying of the bills. So, do you want to start with August's bills or September's bills?
All gotta be paid, I'm gonna start with whichever one.
All right, so that was the trash. Washington Connections was. I folded it wrong. $1,062.06.
Okay. Approved.
Then we had the PSO for this building was $16.44, and for the barn, it was $0.
Approve it, I guess.
I second both of those, all three of those, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm out of rotation. All right, then we had Natalie for doing the trash for us, and it was $200. Then we had meter number 6 was $64.50, meter 26 was $27.50, and meter 28 was $10.
Approved.
I second that. Then we have, Athena for cutting up the grass. There were 2 invoices that totaled $390. One was for 7/18 and one was for 8/3. That was the dates of the 2 cuttings.
Approved.
I second that. Then we have the street lights account for PSO is $343.78.
Approved.
I second that. Then we have Pioneer for $153.
Approved.
I second that. Then we have ONG gas bill. Yeah, gas bill, $74.
Approved.
I second that. All right. That's August. September, we have water bills. We have $64.50 for the park. We have, that's the town barn for $10.
Approved.
And $27.50 for this one. I second that. And then we have a $400 for Navalin for July and August.
Approved.
I second that. This one is the trash bill, and its total is $1,050.77.
Approved.
I second that. Then we have a state auditor bill for $2,316.25.
Approved.
I second that. We got PSO bills. This one is this building. Yeah, this building, $203.58, and the barn is $1.34.
Approved.
I second that. And the streetlights account for PSO is $343.78.
Approved.
I second that. That's not a big one. Okay, bills are approved. Except for it.
What's that beeping?
That I followed.
Oh my God. It's not working this time.
We approved last month's meeting, yeah, okay. So then this next one. Discuss and approve the concrete slabs for picnic tables at the community building. We're gonna table that until we can all be here.
Yeah.
Discuss and approve the electrician to install the lights at the town barn. We're gonna table that till we can all be here. I second both of those. Discuss and approve the paint for the water meter guards. We need to get some blue paint to paint them little square things. Yeah, so that'll be approved. You think this 1 gallon will do that, right? Probably not even a whole gallon.
You got them. One down by my house.
There's one by the town barn, one up by Miss Battister's old house, 3. A gallon?
Yeah, but,
1 gallon. I couldn't decide if it needed to be the little can or,
we always said the barn over there in case there's something left or whatever, I mean, I don't know.
retouching up.
Yeah.
Discuss and approve buying ink for the printer. I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's approved.
When did the town get a printer?
The town doesn't have a printer. The town is using my printer, and I'm tired of buying ink.
It is expensive.
Yes. The next item is discuss and approve the Halloween function if we were going to have one. I think that needs to be tabled until we can all be here, because last year we did it at the park, had our little tiny carnival.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were thinking we were gonna have one or not, but I think we should table it till we can all be here. Okay, and I second that, and meeting adjourned. Yeah, I'll never mess up with that. I don't like to sit in this chair.
When is Donna gonna have an election for town clerk?
I don't know that answer, but I can put that in my notes.
It's a good idea, because she's way past her 60 days for appointing someone, and she hasn't had a special election. Is she gonna wait until April? Because the next election is supposed to be April 2023 for positions 2 and 3, but that got all messed up.
Okay, time out, let me, election for clerk. Yeah, I'll be glad to have one, because this is,
I've been wanting it for a long time.
okay, so you're saying the next election should be April?
That's when it's supposed to be. The first Tuesday of April, every odd-numbered year, is what's in the statutes.
Okay, April next year.
But Donna's always screwed up the elections. The last election, well, the election, the April 6th election of 2021 was screwed up. That was when you were elected in, and Anita got elected illegally. And it's all messed up. So she quit May 10th.
Yep.
And according to statute, she had 60 days where she could have appointed a town clerk. She could have appointed someone,
Yeah, that's it.
but she's past that. Now there has to be a special election. And I've talked to her about it, and she just, you know how she is, she'll drag her feet, she doesn't want to give an answer, she's gonna wait and wait and wait, and I'm like, no, you cannot run a town without a clerk.
We need a clerk, because I'm tired of trying to keep track of everything. Y'all see my.
I love it, but we were supposed to have set up an office in the town barn just for this,
Mhm.
you know, we're not supposed to be doing it in our homes. I know it was done that way for years and years and years, but times have changed, laws have changed, and if we don't keep up, we're gonna get in trouble. That's the whole reason we're under an investigative audit right now, one of the many reasons.
That is part of what's got me worried about the water. We don't have a rural water district office.
Exactly. And they're not having meetings, they're not electing people.
Who's even on the board of it?
Vicky is the president, Jamie is the
The
vice
vice
president.
president, and who's the third member? Becky's the secretary, but who's the third member? She wouldn't tell me.
See, I heard that Ashton was at one time, but I don't know.
See,
Well, Ashton had told me she was a long time ago too, but isn't that considered nepotism?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
big time, you got all three of them in the same
Yeah,
house?
I kinda,
thing is though, when I asked Vicki if she would restore my mother's water, let's say just hypothetically, she got her lines replaced and whatnot, and she ran a new line out there. I asked her October 29th of last year during our Halloween party if she would let my mother have water, and she told me that my mother could die without water.
They can't play
That's
God like that.
abuse. That is abuse, and it's inhumane. My mother's been living without running water for 13 years. She's 70 years old, and she's on oxygen, and they're forcing her to live without running water. And the reason she never got her well restored is because Allendale threatened her. He threatened to have her arrested if she tried to use that water well. If she tried to restore that water well, all the lines are busted. She needs a new pressure tank. She needs a new well drilled, new casing, blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost $5,000 or more to have all that done.
yeah, it's about 10,000 you want to drill right now.
Exactly. Right now, because of inflation, everything's gone up.
That's
My
not
mother
counting the
cannot
pressure
afford
and
that.
your well, that's just, for them to drill the
Yeah.
hole is $9,000 now for 200 footer.
Exactly.
The only thing they're furnishing is the gravel and the casing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta buy the pump, pressure tank, and all that separate.
Mhm.
It's about
Well, she's got the
13,000.
pump, but everything else is gonna have to be completely replaced and redone if she's ever gonna have running water in that house.
Yeah.
It would be cheaper to just upgrade all the lines, replace them with PEX, run a new line out to the meter, and have them replace the meter that they removed when they weren't supposed to, and turn her water back on. She refused.
No, it
Flat
aggravates me how
refused.
they play God with that
Oh, yeah.
water.
It's
You know, that
it's
is
wrong.
a human right or whatever, you know.
I think it should be illegal, but they've
I'm
gotten away with
pretty
this
sure it
crap
is,
for
but-
way too long. I've tried. Yeah, they're not governed by the Corporation Commission. So, the only regulating authority they have is the Rural Water Association, and I have contacted them. Several people have contacted them.
And DEQ, and they won't do
And-
nothing.
Well, DEQ is not a regulating authority. They're over the water,
Right.
not the board.
Yeah. See, I know people that's talked to DEQ, and DEQ allowed that it's up to them, they'll do whatever they want to.
Well, I've
Which
got
that's-
a water district
That's
association,
DEQ.
and they tell me that they can't help me until I attend 3 separate meetings and have my questions, comments, concern recorded in the minutes of the 3 separate
Right.
meetings. How am I supposed to go to a meeting?
They don't
if we're
hold
not
meetings.
holding a meeting?
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah, that's the deal.
Something happened when Juanita died, it all went to shit. I mean, she was, camera's running, but, she, you know what I want to say.
Hot world.
She took care of business, you know, as much as we hated each other, if there was a line break down by my house, all I had to do was call her. And, you know, she appreciated the heads up. But this new crew, and they're their relatives, how in the hell did it go from Juanita to her niece and her daughter-in-law and her son, and how did that happen? It's turned into a
I'll
private
leave that
family
word.
business is what it is. It is a private family business. And they use it to determine who's gonna live here and who's not. And they've been trying to run me and my mother out for years. Ever since Juanita moved here in 1988, they've been trying to run us out. They ran out my grandmother, my great-grandmother, Aunt Brenda, and Eileen Hugo. ran out all of my mother's family.
Wow.
Yeah, and Allendale and Juanita threatened me from the time we moved back here in 1990, because I grew up here, and then my mother, she got custody of me in '87. My father died in 1990, and that was when we moved into my house. So that was when all the shit started. And I found where Juanita had been arrested and charged with assault and battery in May of 1988, and that was when she beat up my stepdad's ex-wife and went to jail for it. And they moved to Bradley right after that. And I have a sneaky suspicion that was the reason Juanita never wanted ordinances or cops here. She was running from the damn law. And Allendale had a habit of threatening to have people arrested over that water.
Oh, yeah.
And Terry Alexander is Allendale's brother-in-law.
Nephew.
Nephew?
Yeah, that's his
Okay.
sister. See, Terry Alexander's mom and Allendale, her brother and
Mhm.
sister.
Yeah. Well, see, I found something else. There's a Mark Matheson who works with the Rural Water Association. So now I'm wondering if they're related, and if they are, if he's protecting them. I don't know, but I
There's
just-
been shady shit went on here for years around here on the water. I know that. I mean,
Just the name alone makes me suspicious.
What was the name I missed?
Matheson. That's Vicky and Juanita's maiden name. It's Matheson. But he doesn't look anything like their dad, so I don't know. There could be completely no relation, or they could be cousins. I don't know. I don't have a clue. So, anyway, I'll turn this off.